Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a live stream, and welcome to a Sunday afternoon here in Moscow. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope the live stream is coming across okay. Of course, there's a few challenges with YouTube and how it works. So I'm assuming or presuming that it's working okay. I do see a few people that are live already. So if you do see me, can you perhaps post something in the comments? If you can hear me, that'll be also good as well. Either it's going really well or it's going really bad. So I'm not too sure which of the two is happening. So otherwise, I'll feel like I'm talking to myself. I do see myself on camera, but I do use a third-party streaming software to do the live streams. And on my other screen, I don't see myself. So I'm hoping amongst the few people that are here watching live, and maybe you're watching it on replay, it's working okay. I do see a couple of comments coming through. So if you can let me know what the sound and the picture is like, that'll be super nice. Don't forget, depending on how you're watching YouTube, you can change the playback quality via the settings. So it might default to a lower playback quality, but you can change that. The challenge, of course, in Russia with YouTube is it doesn't really like to work here as much as it used to. So it is working on my end. It's whether or not it's working on your end. So let me know. There is a few people who commented already. Budapest Sifok. Hello. And yes, and then also from Iceland. Wow. Reykjavik, Iceland. I've been there on a cruise ship. We did the cruise from London to New York, and we did the stopover in Reykjavik. And I went to the hot springs. I think everybody goes to the hot springs, right? I think you have to go there. Metro Cup. Oh, from Aprelivka, Igor. Hello. Здравствуйте. So just in case you are from Russia and you're watching, I can't speak Russian in terms of conversation Russian. I can speak taxi Russian. That's what I like to call it. Or after a couple of beers, pivo Russian. Pivo Ruski. So yeah, if you're already... and I think it's flickering on and off. So Stephen, hello. How's it going? Plain and simple in Missouri. Hello. I can see you and hear you. All systems are go. Thank you, Youpcat. Thank you so much. Also, another person speaking or typing in Russian. I'm always going to struggle to understand what you've wrote or written. I can do this on my other screen, but it's a little bit awkward. Oh, привет. Oh, по-русски. Да, спасибо. Nelson, my high school friend. How's it going? In primary school as well. My gosh. So, yeah. Hope everything's going well back in Perth. And how things are for you. Sergey, здравствуйте. I know you're a long-time commenter on the channel. I do find it hard to keep up with commenting on videos because they come in way quicker than I can update the new comments. So, pasta sauce. Roger. Buenos tardes del sur, España. Ray, you're in Spain, I take it. New York is here. Wow. Everybody is everywhere. This is crazy. This is even more crazy than I thought. Quebec, Canada. Monique. Au revoir. Another person with a Russian. And I think you're from Aprelivka also, in the void. Yes, if anyone is from Russia, I'm in the town of Aprelivka. It's in the southwest of Moscow, in what's considered Moscow region or Moscow Oblast. And if you may own a record player in Russia, more than likely you've got a vinyl record that was made in the factory that used to operate here. This was one of the mono towns that had a vinyl record factory in this town. And I think perhaps even beyond Russia, it's even famous as well. So yeah, thank you whoever's put a like on the stream already. 24 likes. Thank you. That is amazing of you. Christopher in New York. Hello. And then Matuz. Hello. How are you going? Wayne, I'm doing very well. My wife is just out grabbing something for dinner. She just phone called me about 2 minutes before I was going live. She wasn't sure what time I was starting the live stream. So all good today. And we will, everyone can watch a new video on the channel after this live stream is over. I will be posting or publishing a new video of everybody's favorite Globus hypermarket. If you like supermarket tours, I was filming one yesterday, and I know how much people love it. I did actually have a plan yesterday to go to somewhere else to film a different supermarket out in the regions of Moscow, but we had a bit of a confusion with the time and place of meeting, so it didn't happen. Hello in the Philippines. Whoa, greetings from the Philippines. Arnel P. Juan. Hello to you. We need some Jolly Bee here in Moscow. That's what we need. 8 degrees in the UK. Too cold to do anything but warm enough to make the grass grow. Yes. It's 5 Celsius here in Prelivka today. Probably wouldn't be too different between here and Moscow. It's about 50 kilometers to Moscow from where I live. I'm in the southwest part of Moscow. If you ever see a map and all the circles, I'm in the bottom left corner. So good to see you, Rusty. Yes, hope everything very well. I haven't done a live stream in a very long time. I just noticed the last live stream was my birthday back in November. That's just crazy to think that it was 4 months since my last live stream. That is insane. 132 days ago. So I've actually got the donation alerts alert box on my other screen, which you can't see, but it's on the other screen. Just have to know it's there. And it tells you when the last donation was, which was 132 days ago. So if you're wondering if I get donations on YouTube, very few and far between. There is the option of doing super chats in live streams like this. Also in comments on recorded videos or published videos, you can do super thanks, which people do occasionally. And then there is also, if you're in Russia, there is Sberbank. I've actually got a pinned comment. In Russia, people like to do direct donations to people. It's very common in live streams and gaming streams and things like that. Donation Alerts is a payment platform that a lot of people like in Russia like to use. Also, the fact that it pays out to the creator straight away, or at least within 12 hours. So whereas super chats on videos goes into the platform of YouTube, and then you get paid out basically about a month or so from doing a stream. So if anybody loves, there's options if you'd like to. I can pop up the super chats up on screen. For donation alerts, I can't. I'm sorry. I know some people do that, and it's kind of fancy. Yeah. Marek, love your program. Mom and I watch your videos on weekends in Paris, Tennessee. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, I tend to watch things on Saturday, particularly today. Today's my down day, or my not do a whole lot day. And I tend to watch some. Actually, a lot of people publish once a week, either on Saturdays or Sundays. And I know Sundays, there's a few different channels that publish, and I like to watch their videos when they come out. I don't have a schedule when I put my videos on the channel, so I just put them kind of whenever. There is a rough time that you should publish, though. But I sometimes don't stick to it, but I try to be as close as possible. In Croatia, kako si tin? How are you? Galencia TG. Maybe you've got a channel with your initials right there. I always enjoy your videos. I think you commented on a video in the last day or two, because I think I remember seeing the comment. By the way, there's over 100 people watching and 54 likes. That's good. 50-50, right? That's a good percentage. Just click that. And according to the poll, 61% of people have not seen a live stream before, which is kind of interesting. So lots of fresh eyes getting to interact with me right here. So hello, beautiful weather in Moscow. Yes, the last couple of days. I mean, it's been a little bit cool yesterday morning because I went out early yesterday. But it is beautiful and blue skies, sunny. Actually, last night there was a crazy red sky sunset. So, yes, good weather at the moment. Although it's still cool, it's warmer than winter, let's call it. So, Alexis, love your tours. Russia is awesome. Thank you. Toy Store tour would be cool too. Yeah, there is the Central Children's Store in Moscow. It's a 5-level shopping center that's dedicated to only children. And every store in there is child-related. Toy stores, there is quite a few different types. I guess the children's shopping mall is probably an ideal video. I think I have done a video before on it, on the whole shopping center. Toy stores, it's quite specific to do that, but I could figure out something. Hello in Arizona, Alexis. Hello. Sorry if I don't look at the camera. I have lowered it down to my eye level. However, I look down at the chat and then I look over at the screen to make sure everything is okay. So, because on the chat comes up on 2 different text boxes, which is a tiny bit delayed from each other. So, Mike in Hull. Hello, Mike. Yeah, I do try to keep up with seeing some of the names in the comments of videos. Obviously, there's quite a lot that come very quickly on more popular videos, which is a little bit harder to keep up with. And then I am very active in Telegram. So if anybody uses Telegram, there's always the Telegram link in every description of every video. There is a channel where I post to, and then there is a chat. So you can really just join the chat if you like. It doesn't matter about the channel. And then there is a lot of chat when I'm not even online, and lots of very positive, friendly, normal, everyday people who are following along generally what I'm doing. And then some people post their own stuff there as well, like photos, and someone posted a temperature gauge from the garden today to say how cold it was where they are. So hello from Puerto Rico. To Puerto Rico quite a lot of times. I watched a video recently about a guy who went to Puerto Rico to go to a Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFC, Kentucky Hut. It's one building that's got all 3 in the same place, a Kentucky Hut. Anyone's seen that video or not? Doom Rem. Hello, Russell. Thank you. Hello to you. Sorry, I'm looking down at the icon. I'm looking at the chat and then not looking at the camera. How much a 2 BHK? I don't know what a 2 BHK is. So I don't know how much it costs. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what that is. Anyone knows? Fairfield, Connecticut. Wow. 100% and thumbs up and all these things. Thanks for the emojis. And Martin, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for your videos. You're very welcome. You can actually put a thumbs up on someone's super chat now. I don't know if anyone notices that. And if you comment on their super chat, it kind of highlights in the general chat as well. I don't know if anyone knows that or not. Martin, thank you. Blankenship. And that's Euro. So I'm guessing you're somewhere in Europe. Martin, maybe Germany, Holland, somewhere that way. I'm not too sure. Maybe Netherlands. I'm just guessing. When I click over to the super chat now, I don't know where the chat I'm up to is. Oh, Jade. If you marry a Russian woman in Russia, does that give you the right to stay there for 3 years and then apply for other avenues? It technically does. You can apply for the partner visa, or I'm not sure what they even call it, which is what I originally applied for when I originally did it. They've now got the new shared values visa, which is a little bit simpler to apply through. If you are going to apply via marriage, you would still have to do the language exam for the first 3 years. It doesn't really make it any simpler. I guess not doing a language exam is making it simpler, but in terms of the sheer amount of documents and paperwork that they'd require, it's pretty much the same. It would be probably definitely easier to come in on that shared value visa, 702, I think it's called, visa, which initially it's a 3-month, it's called a partner visa. It was called a partner visa, private visa. It was called a private visa. Now they're calling it a shared value visa. And then at the point when you come into Russia, then you can apply for the 3-year shared value visa. I don't think it really matters which one you apply for. I guess it depends on your Russian skills for the language exam. What's the basic expenses of one person living there? I guess it depends on your accommodation. So if you're renting somewhere, you'd have to pay rent. With an apartment, for instance, the minimum you'd have to pay is water and electricity, and it's metered. So it's only based on your usage, which is quite probably low for one person. Obviously, pretty much everyone's got Wi-Fi in their apartment. That's a monthly payment. Wi-Fi is between about $6 and $10 a month, depending on which company you use. So yeah, and I guess food. If you don't have a job, then you need. If you're going to stay with somebody, maybe you're paying shared rent, so it would be less. Same with shared electricity and water. Maybe you're living somewhere you'd have to pay any rent and pay for any bills. Then your living expenses would be food and then transportation costs, because you may not live near things. I really enjoy your programs. I hope that's helpful, SB. Wow. Hi, boss. I really enjoy your program. Thank you. 149 people are watching live, by the way, with 83 thumbs ups. They're likes, but they're thumbs up. So it's kind of a same kind of thing. Wow, that's really amazing how many people. I guess from not doing a live stream so often, maybe more people missed out on me. But if you have Telegram, join the chat and chat away there. If you've got things that you ever want to know or ask, obviously you can ask me or ask the chat. Have you ever been in Voroshovsky part in, oh my gosh, I don't know these two names. If you know what the Vorontsovskaya part in Obstrusko district in Moscow, if you really know what the metro station name is, then I'd know. Somebody, a friend recently when we were out, he was telling me the name of like the nearest shopping center. He said, because I know that you'd remember the nearest shopping center rather than the nearest metro station. Tin, thank you. And my favorite food, pleskovitska. A good big burger with a big beef patty. Pleskovitska. Yes, that would be a very nice. Do you know Russian language? How much time is it to learn? I know чуть-чуть по-русски. Маленький по-русски. I know lots of things to say when I don't know what to say. Maya just means like I don't understand. But yes, I would say to learn, it depends on your age and your mind and how much you can soak up. I would say it would probably take you maybe up to a year to be able to have some kind of a rolling conversation with people. I mean, answering questions, probably you can do that quite easily by just memorizing a lot of simple, greetings and hellos and goodbyes. Master get along. Yeah, so same question, really. Yes, so I would say probably 3 months, 6 months, a year, depending on what level or what skill you want to be, conversational at. For me, I need to know enough to get along, and if I have a problem or if I need to solve something, yeah. Thanks again, Matan, for the super, I think, is it a super stickers on the live streams? I think I've done it again. Oh my gosh. Good work, sir. Oh yeah, there we go. Greetings from Novoperidelkina. If stream lags in Russia, usually using different browser makes a trick. Well, aside usually shenanigans to make YouTube work. Novoperidelkina. So I catch the D4, D4, Elektrishki, Perlivka Moskova. Yes, so I know where you are. You're not that far. Yakaz. Oh, that's crazy. Apart from somebody who's in a Perlivka here in the chat, you're the next closest, I think. First time I've caught a live stream. Yes, so I've not done one for 4 months. So it's nice of you to catch one. So I still don't know where that region is. I'll catch up on the chat because I'm always behind. Do you have to explain yourself every year to the Russian government? Yeah, taxes you are meant to, Jade. Yes, it's not that difficult. It's just a matter of going to the place to lodge forms or announce. If you're working, obviously, it's a little bit easier because you've got more documentation. Press. Thank you. Oh, I can't read Studio 3D. I think that's something about Russell, something. Oh my gosh, that's too many comments now to read. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to have to skip over the Russian content. Greetings from Netherlands. Do you also have another job or just YouTube? Matan, I only do YouTube. I don't have a job physically in Russia where I earn physical money from a job. My dream, my good idea was to do conversation lessons. Well, not really lessons, conversations. So just chat like this, back and forward to people, maybe have a topic, maybe have something to talk about specifically. And that was my idea to do that with Russian people who want to speak to a native English-speaking person. Obviously, the other ultimate thing would be to just go for a walking tour in Moscow and wander around Moscow and talk about things. Mr. Ronnie, thank you for donation alerts. So 132 days ago, now jumps to 42 seconds ago. Hello, Russell. You are doing a great job. Keep it up. Mr. Ronnie, thank you. Thank you so much. I won't mention what you've donated because I don't do that with donation alerts, because I've had a few very crazy, all over the place situations with donation alerts. Actually, also with PayPal as well, where it was totally unexpected and it was not ever asked. And yes, a few people who actually, quite a few people do that with the anonymous on donation alerts, not like putting Mr. Ronnie. So thank you, sir. I think it could be, Ronnie can be a lady's name too. I did work with a Ronnie on cruise ships who was a lady. A newspaper in the UK, Russia's economy is collapsing. I thought I'd ask someone who actually lives there your thoughts. I mean, of course, there's a lot of different industries in Russia. I just live my daily life. I go about filming videos. I don't have first-hand knowledge of every industry. You know, I mean, is there a difference between now and 3 years ago? I think there is very little differences. You know, I guess we can always say prices have gone up because they've gone up everywhere. Obviously, a lot of Western brands are not in Russia or have left Russia, or they're more difficult to buy in Russia. So there is obviously logistics around getting things that were simpler to get before. I mean, the word collapsing, I think that's pretty bold. You know, the thing is, Russia has got a lot of natural resources. They produce and manufacture and export a lot of things. They also produce and use a lot of things domestically versus having to import simple things that in other countries, they just come straight from China. So I guess that's as much as I can answer in terms of, I really only judge it on what I'm face to face with, if that makes sense. Hello from snowy Yekaterinburg. From your trip to our town, my wife and me always enjoy your job. Thank you. Snowy in Yekaterinburg. I was just telling my wife today that someone posted in the Telegram that it's 30 Celsius in Krasnodar down south. And then we have a friend in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, and he said it's beautiful weather there as well. This is my first live. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I do remember seeing your name, I think yesterday or today. Oh, you're also a channel member as well. That's why, because I can filter by channel members. And I think you commented on the Globus video. If you're a channel member, you can watch them early when I publish them. Can you meet single women? I don't know about dating life because I'm married. My wife would happily let me go and find another wife. That's our forever joke to each other. You know, she can go find a new Australian guy and I'll find a new Russian lady. I mean, I guess you're just going to go out, right? Go out. I don't really go out too often, very rarely, actually. I tend to go out with other Australian, New Zealanders, British, Scottish. We meet up and go out, watch the sport on TV at a pub somewhere. In terms of going out and meeting other people, I mean, it's pretty easy. You just go to a bar and start chatting to people. If you're looking for girls, maybe it's not as simple, right? They're always in the hardest place to find. Fairfield, Connecticut, say hi to Putin for me. I do wave every time I walk by the Kremlin, thinking that he's looking out the window. You got to think that sometimes he just goes up to the window and just stares out, right, and looks at Moscow. So, namaste from India. Hello. Good job winning the Champions League last week. How old are you? And are you doing business? So yeah, I'm doing YouTube videos. Also, if anyone is in Russia, I do post some things to VK, RuTube, Zen. I'm really repurposing the same content. If you want to see it on other platforms, I'm in my 40s. My wife tells me I'll soon be in my 50s, but I don't want to think about that. In the void. Again, I can't read Russian. And it's a little bit hard to go back and find it and highlight it. Have you ever been to the US? Yes, a lot of times. I worked on cruise ships for 20 years, sailing in and out of all the US ports. I've also been to Colorado, been to Las Vegas. Yes, 2-bedroom flats. You can get them for rent here. You can buy them. Really depends on where you want to be in Russia. The price is so variable depending on, let's say, how far you go from Moscow. Is it hard to rent an apartment in Russia as a foreigner? No, it's not. No. Matt, you can easily rent apartments here. One of the things that you need to make sure you can do is register. You need to be registered at an address. And it's easy to find people that you're going to rent from that can help you register, particularly either the owner or if it's managed through an agent, that they can register you. That's quite important. But it's very easy to rent apartments. They don't need too much documentation. I know when we rented the previous place to where we were living, we signed it all the same day. They gave us the keys. My wife gave the cash. You have to generally give like a 1-month deposit. And we had the keys in our hands. Ontario, Canada. Oh, people everywhere in the world. Now I'd like some updates. No new occasional encountering of fellow Aussies, or at very least, yes, I guess, is this the same question? I asked you about it last year. I'd like to, yeah, so I meet Australians and New Zealanders. I've got a Telegram group that I created with Aussies in Russia, Aussies and New Zealanders in Russia. And we are now at more than 50 people in the group. We think between us, we think there's more than 1,000 Australian and New Zealanders in Russia. So yeah, British people I've met, Scottish people, so New Zealand guys. Americans I've met a couple, really just by chance. You know, it's really, unless you're kind of wandering around with your ear opening, listening for people speaking English, you're not going to come across people. You could go to certain bars where maybe people are, like when last Saturday we went to watch rugby, and there was quite a lot of expatriates in there. When are you planning the Leonardo hobby shop? I walked past the one in Solaris. When I went to go film at Globus yesterday, there was one on the upstairs level at Solaris. So if anyone doesn't know, Leonardo is a hobby shop where you can buy crafting stuff, painting stuff, everything for hobbying. I really want to go to a big Leonardo. I think the one in my shopping center is still big, but I want to see if there's one even bigger. Shared value rules. Yes. Live 100 meters from the German border in the Netherlands. That's where your name is kind of like on the border. So I've been to Eemshaven in Holland. I was working on ships where they built them in Papenburg in Germany. Then they sailed down the river Ems. LC, hello. Good to catch you live. If you want to chat with each other, by the way, you can put the @ symbol and then start typing someone's name, and then it'll highlight on their screen for them. I don't know if anyone knows that. Mr. Ronnie, thanks for the donation alerts. And Matan, thanks for the super chat. And 117 likes. Wow, 152 people watching. That's crazy. Sorry, I do like to highlight as much chat as I can, so I do get a little bit behind. David, in North Carolina, your videos are so much fun. Thank you. Do I seem too bubbly today? I just had lunch. I've kind of got a video ready to go on the channel. It's always relieving when you've got a video ready to go on the channel. What is an average salary in Russia? I see everything is quite affordable, and I hear the salaries are a bit less. Yes, it's very impossible. The easiest thing to do, and I know it's not funny, is to Google what's the average salary in Russia, and then Google will tell you the answer. Whatever Google tells you, it's more than that, particularly depending on where you work or where you live. Obviously, the cost of living does dictate a little bit in the different cities. So obviously people in bigger cities earn more money. You know, a lot of people have their own businesses and they earn more money. A lot of people don't have mortgages, don't pay rent because they own their properties. So the cost of living is considerably less when you don't have expenses like rent or a mortgage. I mean, a guy that's doing these bicycle couriers that you might see in some videos and things like that can earn more than someone else who's got a regular full-time job. You know, it's how much you want to hustle. Long Island, привет. Tabitha. Hello to you. Are you going to move closer to Moscow and the metro? Paul, I would love to. My wife talks about it a lot because she knows I always have to travel to make videos. Yeah, we are thinking about it. It won't happen this year. Well, it could. Everything can happen tomorrow, right? We would love to live closer just for the convenience of me being able to film videos. The challenge now is my wife has her business here, which is convenient for her. It's not a problem for me to catch the train from a Prelivka into Moscow or walk to the bus stop, catch a bus to catch the metro. It's not a problem, but it might feel like it is if you're doing it every day. So you're required. You are the reason I joined Telegram and have really enjoyed that chat. Country Girl, wow, thank you. Thank you. There is some very nice people in there, and you might see the same names come up quite a lot. I have met a couple of people in person, particularly Vitaly, who's the moderator of the chat, in case anything needs deleting when I'm not online. Very nice guy in person. I think Russians are nice people once you get to know them. There's always that, you know, where they don't know you, you don't know them, you know, but once you get that friendly chat going, very nice people. Jaime or Jamie. Do you go by Jaime or Jamie? Hello. It's near. Oh my gosh. And you've typed them both in Russian. New. Oh my gosh. So you're not helpful. You're typing the places in Russian of the other places in Russian. I've seen some of your apartment showings. Are most apartments small, and is that the normal? Are these houses in the areas where they? Yeah, so apartments, I guess they're smaller than other countries. You know, if you look at some of these Khrushchevkas or older buildings, these were the social housing that was built and given to people depending on the regions and places and people's situations. And they wanted to build them very quickly. They wanted to make them very easily and accessible to people. And, you know, of course, apartments get bigger. There is huge apartments. You can go to 100, 200, 300 square meter apartments in Moscow. I mean, I can't get access to everywhere to make a video everywhere. I do them as I get access to them. I've got a good few friends now are helping me trying to film. I mean, a question would be to the chat was, would I be able to just go and film your apartment or your house? And a lot of people say no, which I totally understand. I don't have any problems with people not letting me film there where they live. So yeah, I guess it becomes more normal if you live here longer. Are most apartments in Russia small? No, not all of them are. Some are big. I can go to the top floor of this apartment building where I am, and there's one for sale right now that's 100 square meters. Actually, it's over 2 levels. The 14th level in this building has a upstairs with bedrooms on the upper level of it. I've never seen it, but I've seen the photos. And that's very big. And that's in this building. I mean, that's the thing that's a bit misunderstood with apartment tours where I go film, because particularly in the new modern buildings, there is 1-room apartments, studios, 2-room, 3-room, 4-room apartments. So you can go film something that's in a building that's only 40 square meters, like that previous new build I went to. And then in that same building, there's a 7 in the same building. But I don't show that. You know, it's really the apartment that I've got access to. Lucy, you're definitely here. Russell is number one. Thank you, Franco. I think maybe you're Italian by the name. Yearly is taxes when you pay rent and work. There's no taxes when you're renting. You just pay the rent. You just pay your bills, and that's it. I'm not sure of the situation with students because I'm not one. Do you like living better in Russia or Australia? I get this question a lot, and it's very difficult to answer because there is a lot of pluses and minuses. If you were to write a list, if you've been to somewhere else other than where you live, let's say you've been on holiday, like to Bali, Thailand, you know, I've been to Italy, I've been to America, right? And if you were to spend enough time there and then start to write a list of the really great things or the really bad things, I think the list generally will sway one way or the other. For my wife, being that she's lived in Australia and I've lived here, we're at about 50-50. I know that's very not the right answer that people want to hear. And this is better, that's better, this is better. There is so many things that make things better or worse. I mean, I can say it's better here for me because I don't work. I don't go to work every morning. I don't have to. Before, back in Australia, I was going to work at about 6:15, 6:20 every morning. I had a 45-minute drive to work, depending on traffic. I wanted to be at work for just about 7 a.m. every morning. And I was doing that Monday to Friday, occasionally on Saturdays. So now I don't have to go to work. So it must be better in Russia. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to do anything. I can just sit on the sofa, watch the TV, do nothing, and that must be better. But then who's going to pay the bills, right? So, you know, weather is a problem. Like my wife likes warm weather, but then at a point where you live long enough in Australia, you don't want it to be 40 Celsius every day. You know, you want clouds, you want a bit of breeze, you know, you want cooler weather that you can sleep at night. And there's just so many things that tip the scales in one direction or the other. That you're a world-class presenter. Wow. Your YouTube presenter is a very professional, engaging audience. Your tone and attitude is 100%. Chioki Silva, thank you. That's amazing of you. I don't know how I got that world-class presenter title, but thank you. You're not a lady. Ronnie, no worries. Or Mr. Ronnie. Thank you. Sorry, I apologize. Thank you again for the donation alerts. I really like your insights on Russian life. Yeah, I mean, it's Russian typical life. You'll see a lot of typical in my titles. So yeah, it's normal everyday things that just were not on YouTube. That's important. I like to go to make things about normal places that would never be on YouTube before 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, how many car dealerships are on YouTube or apartment tours are on YouTube? Getting late in Australia. Yes, it is already. 5 hours ahead for Perth. 8 hours ahead for the East Coast. I didn't wake up early enough to watch the Formula One today. I was thinking about it last night and I didn't wake up. I did listen on the radio yesterday to a bit of the Fremantle loss. When I was going into Moscow in the morning, I had the ABC radio football call on Fremantle and Geelong, and then they lost. Thank you for the response, AB. Welcome. Just stumbled on your live stream. Chris, hello. Hello to Germany. Russell is a ladies' man. Not sure what my wife would say. It's unfortunate that you're unable to answer or comment on delicate issues that really intrigue people. I can answer things. I'm just very... I guess that's coming from working on cruise ships where you have to be very correct in what you say. You know, if I don't like something, I'll tell you, you know. Oh, Yandex browser, even in live streams, it's translating. I know on recorded videos you can do it. Move to Russia, get a job, find a kind Russian wife. God bless Russia, long live. Wow. I hope all of them are possible for you. Just maybe one bit at a time. from the Caribbean or the Caribbean. I lived in Grand Turk in Turks and Caicos for about a year and a bit. Just over a year I lived there. And I've cruised to all the islands pretty much, or most of them at some point on the cruise ships. Putin has a high approval rating, yes. Because the thing is, generally, okay, it's not, I can't say this for the whole country. Because you're talking about a country that's got, what, 9 or 10 time zones. You know, people's life is generally good, or generally okay, or generally normal. Man, I'm being very, very correct in my words, and I don't like it like that. But, you know, the thing is, TV portrays things quite differently, or can portray it quite differently, you know, and that's what's difficult. Yes, I did. I worked in supermarkets back in Australia after COVID, or during COVID, after cruise ships. I was working on the duty-free shops on cruise ships for close to 20 years. And then I worked in retail before that. And then after that, that's why I do a lot of supermarket videos. Why do I film so many supermarkets? But that's what is YouTube videos about normal, typical life. From Virginia. Hello. Chef. Is it Chef for Phantom? Hello from India. Always interested in Russia. The only thing is, in India, in Russia, actually, I went to a cafe about, when did we? Like an eat market, and there was an Indian, small Indian takeaway place in this eat market. And I asked the guys about cricket, and they I think they misunderstood that I was speaking English to them because I was telling them about cricket and everything, and then they were like looking at me all funny. How's your day been? It's Benji. Oh, Ben, it's been good. Today's been a good day. You just need a few things. Yesterday was a really bad day. Not bad day. I went to go meet somebody in Moscow early yesterday morning, very early on the other side of Moscow. And we seem to have got some things mixed up about meeting yesterday. And I waited and waited and waited just over 2 hours. And then someone messaged me saying the person who you're meeting isn't going to come because he can't. And it would have been good to know that before I left home. It would have been good to know that the night before. It would have been good to know that not 2 hours after I got there. And yeah, so I was a bit emotional for a short time. And then I went to Solaris. I went and had something nice to eat in the shopping center. Then I made my Globus video. So that's what my wife always says. Whenever you're feeling down and depressed and you can't think of what's going on in life, go and film a Globus video. So, yes, that was yesterday. YouTube is not banned, if that's the right word. It is working. I'm on YouTube. I'm doing a live stream. I'm posting videos on YouTube. You're all able to watch YouTube. YouTube works here in Russia. There's just a few challenges with getting it to work. It's not banned. It is not banned. Whoever says that, and they're on YouTube talking about YouTube, they know something that they're trying to answer. I don't know what they're doing. It's Kazovka. That is close to me. In Raskazovka metro station. That's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? I am always bubbly. Yes. My wife wonders the same thing, BS, all the time. Why I'm so happy. Now, this is what I did read, that the biggest Leonardo I've seen is in Columbus Shopping Center. Maybe that's your comment on another comment, and I've read that already because I know Columbus Shopping Center. I've got a friend who lives out that way, who we quite often meet up and have burgers together. So I might have to message him and make an excuse to go to meet him and go make the video. Other parts of Russia, I will eventually sue. I generally have more than enough never-ending content from Moscow. There, of course, is other YouTubers in other cities who make content There is some lifestyle and travel bloggers or vloggers who make content around Russia as well. I know it's not me. Most of the time, I need to ask my biggest supporter of the channel, my wife, to approve or pay for things and trips. I'm very, very not asking everyone in the chat and comments and streams for money to pay to go and do trips. I have seen it work where somebody didn't switch their live off until they bought tickets to Thailand. Imagine that. And they bought tickets to Thailand and then started making videos 4 days later. So I should do that for Bali, shouldn't I? I'm not switching the live stream off until I get enough donations to go to Bali. Hello from sunny North Moscow. Yes, I was out in the northern part of Moscow. It was Planiraskaya. It's the station before Planiraskaya metro station. That's where I was yesterday. And then I came back home. My wife said I should have gone to Food City and had lamb chops at Food City because that's my new favorite thing to go and do. That's, if you ever notice in the pinned comments, I always say if anyone wants to shout me lunch, that's what I'm referring to, is to go and buy lamb chops for my lunch from MSC, but usually have no time to see how the other society videos are a curious view of a foreigner on how their lives are going on. Ooh. Your English stories are quite helpful. Thank you, Ara. Thank you so much. Terribly looks amazing and so vast. There's many nice Russian people. Yes. However, it's zero restrictions. That's the British Empire. I mean, look, you can get visas. You can come here. You can travel. You can come as a tourist. Nothing's ever changed. I guess it's people's thoughts and perceptions and what we watch on TV. We watched Hunt for Red October. You know, we watch Rocky and things like that, where you get that mindset a little. Yabzira. I am doing well. Ben, I'm trying to learn Russian, but it's very slow. I'm doing it very, very slowly. I learn a few words a day. It's not as fast as I'd like. Ever been problems with police or people in malls when filming? No, never. I've had, for 600 videos, I've never been stopped by anybody. I've been stopped by ill-informed security who don't know the rules about filming, let's say. Once, maybe 2 or 3 times maximum. A few babushkas or grandmothers who are just emotional about everything when I'm filming them in the supermarket. The intention is not to film people, children, faces, but you can't avoid it in big populated places. But no, you can absolutely film in public in Russia. Obviously, there's certain things you can't film, but better than Australia. Is it hard to adjust to the culture? Does the family of you and your wife all live in Australia? No, my wife is here. She's obviously a Russian passport holder, Russian citizen. She does have residency for Australia, so we could up sticks and go back to Australia anytime because we both have passports and the ability to travel. Do you like living better in Russia? I guess the thing is, it's where you're comfortable. I mean, after COVID and then my job on cruise ships ended, literally go home, wait for a phone call. That was tough, right? I mean, when you do it for so many years, you become institutionalized. And when you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do. And it took a while for me to get comfortable, and my retail background. I mean, I don't really have a lot of things on my resume in the last 30 years, or 25 years, whatever, 30 years, that people want. I mean, I've got people skills, I've got organization skills, I've got retail skills. I could, let's say, run a supermarket if I needed to in Moscow, Globus, you know, but I don't have a certificate to say I can do that, but I can, you know. So it took a while to get used to living in Australia, living on land, living not on ships, not having a person for lunch and dinner every day. You know, and I travel back and forth to Russia so many times. It was a point where my wife and I ultimately then decided to be here. So Have you ever worried about if one day you had to return to Australia and how they would treat you at the border? No, there is no worries about that at all. They just would ask the normal questions. Where have you been? What are you doing? Where are you from? What are your intentions? I don't have any worry about that coming into Russia or going into Australia. 0.000. I mean, of course, friends and family may be questioning things. I mean, I'll tell them, what it's like, what it's not like. Watch the videos. I mean, a lot of things that you see are what I do. Russians do have to pay property taxes. I don't. My wife does that sort of stuff. I don't really question her or ask things, or I'm not overly inquisitive because things are much simpler in Russia, but then things can be very, very difficult. It's how you deal with them. My wife is very good at that. We don't have ongoing, property taxes. Yes, no. I've never been followed by anybody. I don't think, unless someone's parked outside downstairs. No, Mike. Russell, does your wife have any single friends looking for an Aussie guy? Oh, you're a channel member as well, PB. My friend, a British friend who came here, did ask that of my wife as well. And my wife said she can always put him in contact with a couple of her friends and friends of friends and friends of friends. We just want people to, let's say, get together for the right intentions, And I know my British friend has very nice intentions, very good intentions. And, that's the whole point, is not just to, show the Instagram photos. It's to be real life at the same time. Thanks for the reply. Are there many expats there in Russia now? There is a lot. There's just, you don't know that there might be someone living in my building that I don't know. People aren't, blaring it out on megaphones and things like that. I mean, on Telegram, we've reached more than 50 people in the Australia and New Zealand group. I know a few British, Scottish people, Irish people, American people. There's probably not as many as they were 3 years ago. I mean, a lot of people got told to leave. A lot of people did. A lot of people still actively live here. I've lived here 10, 20, 30 years. I'm surprised when I meet people even every day. Oh, I've lived here 25 years. I love it, things like that. Because people are here and do live here. So I'm disabled and I have an NDIS package worth $750K. Would that go far in Moscow? Yes, it would. You would definitely be able to buy a house or an apartment outright very easily. And it's just a matter of what you want to live off. I mean, you put money in the bank, live off the interest. But yeah, that's more than enough. Really, it's how much you want. I mean, do you want something big? Do you want something small? Do you want something like with apartments, which is what I show a lot of videos about, what's nearby, nice parks, nice gardens, shops nearby. There's one rule. Have you heard you find something? Yes, exactly. Right. You gain something, you lose something. Paradise on Earth, Handley, is not existing. What about in the what's the movie with DiCaprio? The Beach. That was heaven on earth, wasn't it? Until they all started fighting and arguing and stuff like that. Yakutia, far east of Russia. Hello. Wow. From Yakutia. Work through of the streets of Moscow for your subscribers. An online walkthrough. There's a lot of channels, who do walking tours in Moscow. I was thinking about doing it for certain streets, like particularly some of the closed, like mall streets, where there's no traffic. It's not, it's difficult to kind of it's simple to make that video, but it's not going to get views. It'll get views for the next 20 years, but not this afternoon. So, do you miss working on cruise ships? Yes. I think anyone who's done a reasonable amount of time working on cruise ships, you miss it. I mean, I was just at about 20 years. People have done longer than that. People have done less. I mean, it becomes a lifestyle. It becomes more than your job. You live on a ship. You work on a ship. You live very close together with 1,000 plus crew members who live only by elevator away from each other. Yes, I would say everybody will say it, even if they don't think they miss it. They do. What do expats think on all the rest of expat? Oh my gosh. Chut Paruski, Malinki. Gloucester in Massachusetts. I watched, is it Perfect Storm? Wasn't that filmed in Gloucester? Also, my dad loves to watch Wicked Tuna, that TV show. I think it's on Discovery or one of those channels. My dad religiously watches that at home. He'll record it from the Foxtel and watch it back. When will I go to Mariupol? I don't know. I did send photos of some of the supermarkets in Kursk to a friend who is high up in some retail shops, well, in the business of retail in Russia. And it's not nice to see the photos of destroyed places and, events that have happened recently. And yeah, I did discuss to him about going to some of these places. VPNs, yes, they are something that are used here. Loves 99-cent pizza. Paul, you know me well. Actually, yesterday I had some 99-cent pizza. Before I went to Globus, while I was at this other place on the other side of Moscow, I had some 99-cent pizza. And then I went into a Perikostok. I was thinking about making a video at a place called Cool Cleaver. There's a supermarket called Cool Cleaver. And I was standing there and my hands were just freezing and it was a little bit cold because it was early in the morning. I was there like 8 in the morning. And then 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And then I'm like, let me get the metro and go to Globus. Minus 24 in Yakutia. And it's not that terrible for mid-March. Wow. We've not got, I don't think we've even, did we get to minus 15 or 20 in Moscow? That was about it. Yeah, 99-cent pizza is always good. You can get very inexpensive pizza in Russia in a lot of the takeaway places or markets and stuff. Cyprus here. We lived in Russia. How old? Too old now. Have a good life. Thank you. Well, no one's ever too old. Sakra. Oh, Здравствуйте. Also Yakutia. Do you still watch the AFL games? I will get back into it because the last few days was the first round. Yesterday morning, I was listening on the radio to the Fremantle Geelong game. It's actually kind of good to watch in here because of the 5 or 7, 8 hour time difference, because you can watch it early morning and still go out and enjoy your day and you watch the match of football. So yeah, I can easily watch any streaming AFL. I wanted to watch the Formula One, but I didn't wake up this morning to watch it so early as well. Aloha from Hawaii. Hey, Grant, pleased to see you in Hawaii. Snow here in Wisconsin. Whoa, weather all over the place. Privyet, Olga from Perth. I know a couple of Olgas. I wonder if it's an Olga we know. We know an Olya, we know an Olga. We have a few different Olgas. My wife knows anyway. Nice small touring watching from North America. Ooh. That's kind of, isn't it, North America? And then the Gulf of America as well, further down. Lucy, yes. Definitely miss ships. No worries about Mr. Putin. Who? Thank you. I make, of course, my payroll is from the Kremlin. Absolutely it is. I mean, really, the supermarket should be paying me for making the videos in the supermarkets. And I should be getting free slices of pizza for telling people how good the pizza is, but not. Everything I do is just my own idea to go and film something. I generally decide today for tomorrow what I'm going to do. I may have something scheduled for Wednesday or Saturday or Tuesday or whatever, X, Y, Z. But I pretty much decide things, go and film it, come home, put it on the channel within a day or two, and I'm done. I don't think that will ever happen, but you never know. I saw recently a video, actually yesterday. I sent it to a friend back in Australia of a crispy, beautiful-looking bushmaster that was being inspected by the Russians. That was left with the keys in it in Kursk. So, yeah. Snowing in Wisconsin. I mean, we didn't have a lot of snow in Moscow. And a friend was telling me that had more snow and it was colder and it was more winter-like, which is true. We kind of want it, then we miss it as soon as it comes and goes. Simone in Italy. Hello. Simon Tech 27. I've been in Russia and I didn't really like food from animal protein. Do Russians care about it? I saw Kuzville shops are quite popular. Yes. Kuzville is my wife's favorite shop. We call it the green shop. So we ask each other where you're going, and she'll say, I'm going to the green shop, which means she's going to Kuzville for all the healthier alternative things. Why did I choose to live in Russia? I have a Russian wife. Well, I didn't originally. I met her before we were married, right? And she invited me here, and it's worked out. Leonardo, hello. How's life there for wheelchair users? Are there many architectonical barriers? Do you see many around? And what about hospitals and daycare? I would say Russia generally is very difficult for people with wheelchairs or people with special needs. If you look at public transport, they are building anything new with more accessibility. But I'd say the older parts of Moscow are very, very, very difficult. You do see people being helped around. You do see a lot of assistance given to people. I'd say it's not an easy place to live for people who are in wheelchairs, who are, let's say, not necessarily housebound, but it could be easier and could be better, and the government could be more proactive. But it's a very big country to do that. So, I mean, I do point it out every now and again where I show the ramps on staircases and stuff, which would not be practical at all for people with wheelchairs. Absolutely not. If you want, especially in the center of Moscow, where you got to go under the underpass, under the roads and stuff. Having breakfast this early morning. Have a great day. Live from California. Thank you. I hope the sound is good, by the way. I do like to sort of sit forward with the microphone. I should really sit back in my chair. But not. So do you speak Russian, Jordan? I speak a little bit of Russian. Chut-chut. I speak enough if I'm having some problems. I need to get glasses that aren't falling off my head. I think I say it's called taxi. I can easily chat to a taxi driver in that short time that we ride somewhere. I should get commission from the supermarkets. Yes, I should. I don't reach out to people. Occasionally I will message, or I'll ask, or I'll say I'm going to come. Or if I'm trying to find out where it is, like a place, business. But 95% of places I just turn up. And then I could just happily just turn the camera on and film. But normally what I'll do, I'll just go and mention to somebody that I'm going to make a video and walk around. And that's just to be polite. You know, so quite some time. Hope your English is still good. Well, I hope mine's good. Yeah, I don't speak as much Russian as I would English. I've a friend who is British who lives here, who pretty much solely speaks Russian. And he struggles to know English words when he's talking in English now because he speaks so much Russian. The Faroe Islands. Wow. Jaco, hello to the Faroe Islands. We should have like a little map in the corner when people are here. Chuck. I hope I'm reading people's previous messages. Any chance of moving back to Australia? There is a small chance, or a little bit bigger than a small chance. The thing is, it's where we're happy and where we're comfortable, and I think that's for everybody, you know? Yes, absolutely, yeah. There is a free service in Russia, or in Moscow Metro, where you can call for help. Yes, I saw them 3 or 4 days ago. There was one lot helping someone who was blind. There was somebody that was helping with it was a wheelchair, because some of the older stations don't have elevators or lifts because they just can't even be retrofitted now because they're just so old. Yes, the Moscow Metro does have, or the Moscow Transport Network has, you can even get the special vans to come and pick you up where you couldn't use accessible buses as well. Renee, hello. Rendua. Oh, the sound is always good. Thank you, Charlotte. Unlike other YouTube channels. Thank you. This is my Australian microphone, by the way. Actually, this was purchased by people donating to the channel. This fancy arm right here. If I do that, you can probably see it. And Rode is an Australian company. Yes, pretty much everything that's my setup here is through live stream donations. So, yeah. Oh, used to have salmon from the Faroe Islands in Russia, but not anymore. Wasn't there a thing in England that they were going to struggle with fish because a lot of it came from Russia or from the far, I don't know, certain places in Russia, and they were going to struggle with fish? I have to serve in the army too. I don't think that'll ever happen. I guess you can never say never, but it won't ever be a priority. There's a big enough population beyond needing an Australian YouTuber. I visited again for extended. I want to find family interesting and visit museums and galleries. Yes, there's a lot of things that are undiscovered here in Russia. I moved from Poland to Russia, influenced by your videos. Wow, Brax. I hope I'm showing normal things that make sense when you get off the plane, right? Look at me like a villain. Not at all. No, Lucy, it's not a problem. I guess I just don't have that anxiety or that, when I'm holding things to film things, I would happily just press record and go about filming. I don't have any worries, fears, and feel intimidated. Not at all. I guess that comes from working on cruise ships and being in front of a large amount of people on a ship. I did bingo calling. I was doing sales in the shops. I was doing things on the microphone, hosting lectures about alcohol and things like that. And I was doing lifeboat drills, and I was doing the lifeboat. I was the muster station leader in front of 1,000 people in a muster station, and it doesn't bother me at all. I know that is. I've got no problems. Always wanted to visit Russia, so enjoying it. Lived in New Zealand for 45 years. A lot of Brits, and I wonder if you came over as it was called the 10-pound POMS or the 10-pound scheme. but it was £15 to go to New Zealand, because my dad did the £10 to Australia. He got off in Fremantle, went on to Melbourne, and then his friends got off in Melbourne, and he went on to, I don't know where, did he go to Christchurch, I think, or Auckland? I don't know. And then he ended up going back to England. So he did the £15 scheme to New Zealand, but he didn't stay long enough that he could stay and be a resident in New Zealand. Be back in Russia soon. Yes. Oh, greetings from the Republic of Spaka, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Vlad. Kako si? Are they still protesting against the football ticket system? Yes, I think that'll be forever, Guy. I haven't been to the football yet this year. The season just started, I think, the last week or two. They have a break over winter. The first game back for Dinamo was, I had something else on exactly the same time and I couldn't go. But yes, you can see that in the crowd attendance. And a lot of people have switched over to other sports, like going to the ice hockey, where you don't need the fan ID. You can also go to basketball, volleyball. But yeah, when I went to the ice hockey, it made complete sense. I've eaten caviar, I absolutely have. Yes, particularly in over winter and over the new year. We don't have it year round in the fridge. My wife normally buys a container or two, December and then January. My wife is not there. No, she's out. She might come home. She probably knows better. She'll be watching the stream and she'll know to come in when I'm starting to say goodbye. But she's gone to the shop. She was working today, so she's not in the house at all. It's just me here. Comments on your videos. I look forward to every upload. Thank you, SP. Thank you so much. I will have a Globus video for everyone to watch after the live stream ends. So I hope that's interesting. Yes, sorry, I'm just looking over at the other screen, which is the same. It just got all the statistics over here. Do you think Russia is a better place to live than Australia? Cost of living, quality of life. I guess the one thing, Slinger, if people have been to Australia, you can understand it a little bit. The weather. We don't have winters. In Russia, there's 4 seasons. There is definitely 4 seasons of weather. You almost have 4 different outfits that you can wear. And I'm now down to my 3rd winter jacket. I'm sort of paring back now. My winter jacket to my middle one to my skinnier jacket. You might see in the videos the differences. And now I'll start wearing a baseball cap rather than a beanie, depending on the day I go out now. Cost of living is definitely cheaper to live here. Water, electricity, any day-to-day general living costs are far cheaper. But then I guess you've got to factor in then the earnings. So where people earn a lot more, somebody posted a comment that salaries are 4 times higher in Germany. But then if you go down and then compare every single daily expense, maybe they're double, triple, or 4 times more. So, I know if I look at just the different supermarket videos that I do, there is a budget that people sort of shop in when they go to a different supermarket. I mean, Globus is not the cheapest supermarket in Moscow by a long way. There is cheaper places with less priced products, and you can live a cheaper lifestyle, or you can live off less money. But everybody's living within their means. And I think that's one thing in Russia. People live a more simplified life. They do things within their lifestyle or whatever they earn and whatever they spend. People aren't everything with credit cards. They're not putting everything they're not putting themselves into debt. Even where people comment about the mortgage rates here in Russia. I mean, not everyone's going to get a mortgage at the high percentages. People are buying things in cash. They buy and sell properties. They inherit them through families. And a lot more people don't have debt here than in other countries. So, Lauren, you're on replay. You can watch it later or you can scrub through. So, yeah, it's cost of living. I think that's a big factor. I mean, even if I just compare my mobile phone. So my monthly bill for this is about, I guess, about $8 $8 a month. In Australia, I was paying $50 per month. And that's a big difference for one expense. Finally watching from Innisfail, far north Queensland. My mum and I love your videos. Thank you. Best Times Reborn. I really haven't visited Queensland. I've been to watch the football in Brisbane, and that's it. And I flew over. This is quite a lot of years ago when I was working on cruise ships. I'd come home for about a month. I'd do as many things as I can and go back to work. And I did just play on the same weekend. Normally there's a home or away game. And I flew to Brisbane and watched the match and then flew back. That's as much as I've seen of Queensland. Imagine that. I've seen more of other places than I've seen of Australia. You've lived in Poland, UK, Australia, Russia, and Moscow is the best place. Yeah, look, I think once you've stayed long enough in a place, you can get a feeling for it, you can understand it. And if you go somewhere else, I think it broadens your mind a little bit that somewhere is better. This place was better, this place was better. You know, so it's... Robert, greetings from Southwest Florida. Actually, after the live stream, I'm going to put the golf on. And I want to see what's going to happen in the golf. The Australian guy was leading yesterday, and then he dropped off the leaderboard. So I guess we'll have to go for Rory McIlroy. I think he was like third or fourth, or fifth on the leaderboard. No, the water's been overfished. Long time no see. Peter. Yes. Good to see you. Is obtaining a driver's license and a vehicle cost prohibitive in Russia? No. You can get one. At the moment, they do have a thing where, depending on the country you're from or the Vienna Convention that the country signed, Russia at the moment's got a thing where you can change from your foreign driver's license to a Russian one. I mean, you can definitely buy a car, own a car. I mean, the fact that I'm in Moscow region, it's just as easy for me to use public transport to get around than it would be to drive to a lot of places. Oh, come and wave to people. Someone just asked about you. What? Jenya's just walked in. The way you explain things and interact with the audience is so professional. Wow, thank you. I want to have more people on videos and at least either ask them questions or interview them in some way. I definitely want to try to do that. It's not easy in some videos versus others. Where am I? I'm in a room where my computer's set up. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is working. Just leave it like that so the Wi-Fi can still work. Oh, you're going to come and wave? Come and wave. No, you can't see on the video. Look. Come and wave. There we go. Let's see if anybody comments now over here. Greetings. Okay, maybe nobody's commenting. No worries. Do they say visit? Do they celebrate St. Pat's? Yes, they do. Really, just at bars. That's about it. You can go to an Irish bar or some sort of pub, and that's about it. Otherwise, no. Since your very first day there, if any, I don't live in Moscow in terms of seeing apartment buildings getting built, seeing high rises going up. Where we live in the town, really nothing has changed in that. I guess it's about 12 years since the first time I came. In smaller towns, you don't notice as much changes. I mean, there's no real changes in any shops or businesses in this town where I am. In case things come and go, brands change. McDonald's is Kuznari Tochka. But I don't see lots of change. I guess if you live in Moscow and you're driving around a car and you're looking at new suburbs getting built and new buildings going up, then yes. But I don't sort of see that difference because I don't live in a place where there is any changes at all. So my wife is Russian, so we live here. She works. From Arizona. I don't think it's really a problem. I think there's a question on the visa, right? Have you done military service? Yes or no? And then you just put the dates. That wouldn't be restrictive to coming here, I don't believe. Oh, Patrick used to live in Queensland as well. I watch a YouTube channel of a guy that does eBay reselling, and he is always at the Carrara markets. I'm not exactly sure where that is, but I think it's like a very famous like swap meet flea market that he goes to. Very professional presentation. Enjoy your videos. I'm from San Diego. Tom, thank you. Thank you so much. I did want to wear a different colored shirt today, but somebody gave me this a few days ago, and it feels very comfy. But the black on black on black doesn't really make for nice colors on the screen. Kentucky, hello. Hello from Atlanta. Let me go through fast here. Greetings from the Poconos. Wow, that's crazy. Steve, Eric, and Sue are all in 3 different places there. Glad to see your videos from my country that inspire others to visit. Ivan, thank you. Spasibo bolshoi. Do you study history of Russia? Not. I watch a few videos. I don't probably take enough in-depth interest in things. I understand and I know dates and things like that, but it's not something that I do. Did you try to find a familiar role in Russian? No, because I think not speaking the language wouldn't be helpful, or they wouldn't want me on the Russian river cruises. Yeah, I've seen them in is it Northern River Station? I've seen them parked up there. Pretty impressive to see them. SMO, no. Gleb, no. Gleb is still in. Actually, I spoke to Gleb on Telegram chat. I just typed a message to him this morning to see how he is. No, he's in Bishkek still. It's amazing, yeah, when you get a good friend that lived in the town, lived in the same building. Now he's not here. From Nigeria. Yeah, right. You can change it over. Just pay for the medical check, and then whatever the basic fees are and things like that. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Oh, you see, all the people said hello back to you, Jan. Okay. Oh, sorry for talking loud. From Netherlands, stream or Twitch. I don't use Twitch at all. I don't even have an account. Now you know everything possible about Russian shops, Mama. What do people think of Mr. Trump? I don't know. Never really asked anybody. So I don't really know. Oh, man at work. Is that you? Thunder. Yes. Can you hear it? Wow. Thank you so much. Sorry. 4 minutes ago. How do it is on. New handle, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ronnie and Men at Work. Thunder, can you hear it? Hello. Yes, it's definitely working. 5 minutes ago, 1 hour ago, and 132 days ago. Nice to learn about other cultures. Keep it up. Russell from Florida. Yes. Arthur, I'm going to put the golf on right after this, and we're going to see at least a little bit of Florida. Well, the 17th hole. Anyway. Love the channel. Do you know Sam? I do know Sam Amy. I know him very well. I met him. I made a video on the channel where I showed his house that he's building. I chatted to him this morning. We chat every day, more than once. A very, very nice guy. Exactly what you see on the videos. He's too nice. if that's such a thing. He's too nice. Blim Jim, hello. Long time no see. Can you make an income out of YouTube? It's not easy. It's very hard for a long time to make any income, not even just the word decent. I was just talking earlier about other Russian platforms and posting videos on other platforms. And I'm still yet to earn a penny from RuTube, Zen, and okay, VK. I've not really put any effort into VK as well, but RuTube and Zen, 0. Zen, it has shown some earnings, but I can't withdraw it because it's nowhere close to the minimum amount to withdraw. Wow, you're going to plan to drive. Ooh, what's happened? Can you focus more on prices when visiting stores? Seen outdoor stores miss the prices. Yeah, I don't really show prices as much as I should. That's not really the ultimate focus of the channel's videos. I did want to do like the 10 most common food items and the prices. There's like a social list of food in Russia that's got to be cheap. Yeah, I mean, I guess the challenge in Russia is with a lot of companies that don't want to deal with Russia. Bringing goods here from other countries is a little bit more difficult of logistics and transportation. Pot is illegal in Russia, yes. Thank you. What's my job? My job is making YouTube videos, window to my life. That's what my channel should be, a window to my life in Russia. Really shows how much Russell likes doing videos. Golden Ring Tour. Well, that's where Oleg, sorry. That's where Sam lives, up in Vladimir. And actually, when we were there, I was only there for a few days with him. I am planning to go back. And maybe we can get to Suzdal, which is very close to him. Did you get to walk along around Long Beach when you worked on ships? What US ports did you visit the best? I did. Okay, it's not Long Beach. What's the nearest cruise ship harbor where they've got the? Oh my gosh, we didn't see any of Long Beach. we saw the cruise terminal, which is very close to Long Beach. I can't remember the name. Where is the floating hotel? There's a ship that's a hotel, and the ship's dock nearby there. San Pedro, yes. Plain and simple. We docked in San Pedro, and that's all we saw. So I didn't see any of that area at all. San Diego, we docked briefly. We walked around the downtown where the ship's dock as well. You look like the actor Kevin James. The Hitch Method with Will Smith. People always say I look like what's the guy I meant to always look like? Jack Black. I loved your Christmas treat too last December. That was awesome. Arthur, thank you. Yes, I've had lots of compliments about that, about the GUM shopping center and the Christmas tree hunting. And actually, it's gone to get lots of views, that video, and I didn't expect it at the time that video would do as well as it has. Is there any option to buy unlimited Metro cards? Yes, there is. You can buy monthly, 3 monthly, you can buy yearly, and then I think the yearly one, you can actually use it on all other transports, so the buses, and then even on the electric river trams as well. My card, I just top up because I don't travel absolutely daily on it. So I don't get a yearly pass. Like a lot of people do have yearly passes, or they've got student passes, things like that. My wife is lovely, says LC. Hopefully my wife can hear. She's just in the kitchen. Hello from India. I think that's somebody's planning. They might have to call. Nothing will change in the coming decades. Yeah, I mean, look, they're talking about Zara coming back and McDonald's and Coca-Cola coming back. I don't think there'll be a lot of visible differences in Russia if things were to change in the next whatever time frame. Eggs aren't expensive in Russia, no. They can be if you want to buy the fancy luxury ones. But a box of 10 eggs, you're looking at about less than 100 rubles. So it's about 90 for $1 right now. So yes. My wife's hearing me what I'm saying in the background. So eggs are not expensive. They can be if you want to buy, I don't know, some fancy eggs in a fancy supermarket. But if you just go to the local nearest place, it's very, very reasonable. Thank you, Paul. Bouvier. I haven't heard from Zangief in a while either. I need to look him up and send him a message on Telegram. Yes, I know he lives roughly in my region. I have met him in person at least once. And engines. If I ever go back to a store with rubber boats, check the prices and engines. Maybe you can bring one if you're driving over. Might be easier. I guess the ones they make here are sold really for the conditions. Thank you, newbie. Noe. Thank you. Can we see a live kiss before you sign off? If the Dockers win against Geelong, I'll be back. And they got beaten badly yesterday. By the way, my last name is Otway. So if you're from Geelong, you'll probably know about the Great Ocean Road, the Cape Otway Lighthouse, the Otway Rangers. My dad reminds me of that so often. There was a Australian submarine called the HMAS Otway as well. Hello from Ufa. Oh, there you go. Yeah, my wife is from Ufa originally. From Davlikanova is where her family is originally from. So yeah, wow. What time are we at? Oh, hour 30. Do you think we should leave? Do you think I should? So it's interesting. Lots of new people who haven't watched a live stream before, from 400 votes. 193 likes, by the way. Can we get to 200? That would be pretty crazy if we can. And we currently have 160, which is very crazy because that's usually over 100 is amazing. Over 150 is more amazing. So yeah, maybe we'll get to 200 likes. The Brexit foreigner, and to make sure that we are not as bad as they say on foreign TV. Thank you, Oleg. Yes. There's a lot of normal here in Russia. And I think once people come here, or people who are not from Russia who live here, they realize that as well. Oh, in Finland. Heikki, hello. I've been to Helsinki. I was at the Kavernamassa shipyard. Very good memories of my time there. I was there a couple of times. Yeah, so if anyone does have Telegram, Traveling with Russell channel, I'll even put the link here. Where is it? Oh, can I find it? Let's see if I can get the link and put that in the chat. If anyone has Telegram. So if you're not sure even what Telegram is, it's like WhatsApp, but it's more secure. And obviously you need two people to have Telegram to chat to each other. So if someone else has it, obviously makes sense. If it not. There's a lot of Telegram channels. So you can be in a lot of news channels. You can be in, I'm in some of the supermarket channels where it tells me the weekly specials. I would love to make more videos in other places. I realize there's a lot of content in Moscow, and I realize there's content creators in other parts of Russia who also make videos. Albury, wow, New South Wales. It's late there, very late for you. And tomorrow's a school day. What are the benefits of living in there? In Russia? I don't know. The fact I can go downstairs and walk to the supermarket 5 minutes. If one got an older apartment in Oscar, is it difficult, expensive to renovate? No, it depends on what you want to do, Tamara. If you look at that last place that I filmed by Shelkovskaya, I mean, you can easily get people to come and do work for you. You could do it yourself, you know. If I look at the fact that for this apartment, we did the wallpaper. Actually, this room changed completely. We did the wallpaper. We did this strips. We did the floor. We did the skirting boards. We did new doors. It's not difficult. No, there is more than enough to choose from in every budget. You can find guys to come and do it for you. No, it's easy. And if you want me to give you Yuri's number, he's the guy that does all the micro apartments. He has a never-ending list of guys who could come and do work. The guy that come and did our kitchen was very, very nice. I actually met him last week. When did we meet Yuri and the kitchen guy? Oh, on Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. I met with him. There is private and public schools in Russia. There's a bit of both, depending on what you'd want to do. Oh, 204. There's 221 likes now. I always wonder how there's more likes than people, but I guess that works out. People watch and then leave. Is it I'm not sure. The Cape Otway Lighthouse is the oldest in Australia. That probably is right. Nothing to do with my family, but very famous. And my dad likes me to point it out. And it's very close to Geelong. Or if you're not from Australia, Geelong. And yeah. Thank you, Paul. We're at 227. I can see likes now. Inexpensive. Hoping that Russia made are way cheaper and probably better quality. Would love to if you do a video on places to stay. The camping kind of places I wouldn't really get to. The glamping. I did actually where Yuri took us in Kaluga. Yes, I would love to do more factory videos. Love to. It's just finding the right people who know the right people who can help me to get access to places. That's the challenge. Rhode Island. You love to see places. I'm the same way. I watch YouTube videos. I watch a lot of videos weekly from the same creators. And I love to follow. I watch some guys that remodel cars, somebody that remodels apartments or houses. I watch a guy that has a truck company. Where he is, somewhere in the Carolinas, that builds wood frame houses. And you feel like you're there as much as possible. Foreigners can buy property in Russia. Absolutely can. Yes. For my wife and I's sake, she did all the paperwork in her name because it was just simpler and a little bit easier. But yes, foreigners could. Yes, low income tax. Do I think McDonald's will come back? So from a guy that I know who knows a guy said it won't. And then there is other people. I mean, there is a buyback option. They have got absolutely a contract in place. They can come back tomorrow if they want to. They can change the signage tonight and open. I'll say it's 50-50. That's not right. I always keep saying that, don't I? About everything. 50-50. I don't think it's possible for McDonald's and Kuznetochka to exist in the same place because they are the same thing. I don't think McDonald's would open over the top of Kuznetochka, the same like with KFC and Rustics, same like Starbucks and Stars Coffee. My wife made me move. Was the reason. In Albury, but would stay up to watch. You've shown a side of Russia I wouldn't otherwise get to see. Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so they closed down almost all of Red Square and the area around Alexander Garden, around Pločet Revoluce, around the area where they do the Victory Day parade. It is impossible to get a ticket. The people that you see in the background on the grandstands when you see the president there and the military, they're invited guests, normally family of the family of family. And I don't have anybody that's at that point that can give me the invite. I absolutely wouldn't go and film if I went there along with what the event is, because it wouldn't be right to have a camera in the background, Yeah, it's, people who they say that they're at the Victory Day parade in Moscow. They film there on the road a couple of kilometers back from where they fence everything off, and they're standing at an intersection of the traffic lights filming. It's not the same thing as being there. So you have excellent dictation. Thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. Dictation. That's when somebody reads something or explains something or speaks correctly. I think that can't risk reinvestment for the losses possibly happening again. Well, companies chose to leave. A lot of companies didn't leave. And a lot of companies chose to go down that public opinion route, where if they're not here, then people think they're not here and people are happy. But there is some company that lost a lot of money just from simply getting on the plane and going. No need to be McDonald's anyway. I mean, I guess I don't have it that much. I think I only go there for the videos. Okay, so you can go to events. So in the town where I live, there is a memorial on the main street, and they have a very small event with locals and the local administration. The one that's in Red Square, that's on television, that you see the military, and then they go down and lay the flowers on the tomb of the unknown soldier. That is completely locked down, closed down, shut down. And it's short of impossible to get a ticket. I mean, I would love somebody to get me a ticket to go. I mean, I would go there for the memorial that it is. I mean, I would love to go. That doesn't sound right, but I would be more than happy to attend and understand, what it's about. Enunciation. That's another word for it. Yes. Vitali is here. Maybe you're here secretly, and I see you now. Yeah, if anyone wants to join the chat, Vitali's over there. And if you have questions about anything about Russia, physically anything, I think Vitali knows every answer within reason. Mark, thank you. The audio is gone. Gone? Or am I not here? Oh my gosh. Someone else questioned that as well. And we do that in Perth. Yeah. And someone told me it's not something we do in Australia. We do. I really don't have any access to that kind of stuff. That's organic foods, sometimes filming in barns which have Highland cattle. I just don't know any people in that industry. What are you thinking? It's a good naming, Kuznitochka. It means delicious, and that's is it all delicious, and that's it. Yeah, delicious and full stop, delicious and period. Yeah, I guess it's very polarizing what they called it. And from the day it opened, I was there at the one in Pushkinskaya. When it was open, I was filming outside, and I walked around and everything, and all the media was there. And I guess it's polarizing to this day, the name they've called it. stuff, and he got me a ticket several times in the 90s. Wow. Yes. This invitation. Right. The audio is fine. Thank you. I'd say people don't discuss it. I think everyone has their own thoughts and opinions, and it's up to them. It isn't really as polarizing as it is in other countries. Things aren't on the news like they are in Australia. The daily events that are happening. Russia's just too big. Yeah, some delays. I think because of the way I'm using a third-party software. So, do the ladies still knit and sew? Yes. Actually, plain and simple. Part of me going to Leonardo, which someone asked about, then I will definitely show that aspect of it, because in the Leonardo shops, they've got knitting and sewing and painting and anything craft related. It's good. Now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for, I think, 5 more minutes. Okay. 5 more minutes will be the live stream. And I want to thank again Martin for the super chat, and then also Men at Work and Mr. Ronnie, who did donation alerts. Thank you. And if anybody does anything outside of the live streams, thank you for helping the channel. Pretty much, and I will always say it, I'm not going to buy Rolex watches with donations. I'm not buying a fancy car. I catch the bus. I'm not elaborate with anything that I earn through YouTube. It's really to make more videos, go out and film more things. When I need a cable, I'll go and get a cable when I need something that helps me filming videos. And that's really what I'm doing. Yeah, my wife, now that she's home and she's preparing some snacks for dinner time, and I know she's not a fan of me having it loud in the house and here. So yes, I hope everybody's had a good time. 235 thumbs up. That's amazing. I need to look up at the camera more, don't I? Let me see. I can show. Can I do this or not? I can do this. Oops, there we go. Yes, that's amazing. And 133 people are still here. It's slowly dipping down now. I think slowly a lot of people we've reached. I would like to do a live stream at least once a week on Saturday or Sundays. That would be my ideal live stream time. Best Russian food. My wife's home cooking. I have to answer that correctly. Whatever my wife cooks is the best Russian food. My wife makes good soups. She makes good salad. So Olivia salad. Any kind of pasta, chicken and rice. These aren't really Russian dishes. But yeah, soups are very common that my wife makes a lot. So I really don't have normal Coca-Cola that often, Vlad, now. I might buy one, like when I've been to Food City to go to the lamb chop place. I might buy one of the Afghanistan or Iran or Iraq ones. I mean, the Coca-Cola in the shops now is crazy price compared to any Russian cola. My real go-to is Chernogolovka. No advertising, but Chernogolovka. I prefer that over Dobra Cola. So if you're not from Russia, this is a very established, well-known Russian brand of cool drinks. Dobra Cola is the brand that now produces cola was producing Coca-Cola in that factory. When Coca-Cola left, they continued making cola with a slightly different recipe because the cola ingredient they took with them. You can look up preparation runs in Moscow. Yes, usually a day or two before. Yeah, absolutely. Right, yeah, 2 or 3 days before or 6 days before, they do some practices and they close down the Sverskaya Street. Yes. I'm not sure if I'll try to. I don't know what. That's still a long time. I don't normally do things more than a week in advance in my head, planning. Thank you. Now, to answer about why I film a lot of the same things is my background is in retail and shops and supermarkets. So that was the idea behind the channel. And there's still enough shops to film here to continue making videos about different shops, particularly supermarkets. And that's my background. Oh, parade today for St. Paddy's Day. What sweets are in drinks? Sweeties are in drinks. Not sure. I've never met them. I don't know where they live. I know they don't live in Moscow. They live somewhere in Moscow region. I know their channel from a few years ago, but I rarely see them posting. I guess it doesn't come up on my homepage. Oh, Star is Born. My wife knows that movie. Unless you're talking about me, Wendy. If you're talking about the movie, my wife knows that. Oh my gosh. Susan, hello. You know about retail and cruise ships, you tell about in every video. Yes, I do. Because I want people to kind of understand why I keep making videos that are maybe the same thing when, you know, it's different stores, different shops, different sizes of shops, different locations. You know, even going to different shopping centers in different parts of Moscow. I guess it would have been a matter of meeting someone else who wasn't my wife. Paul? Oh, I am the star. Thank you. Yeah, because you're watching on the TV. I am the star on your TV. You're seeing me in large size. Wow. Crazy. Shopping centers and supermarkets. Thank you, Susan. Yes. So I'm going to wind up and end the live stream here. Unaffordable. Mike, thank you. Mike Menza, thank you so much. Susan, thank you. Wendy, Paul. Dolgopity stores. Is that a shopping center, Internet Surfer? I think it's a place, isn't it? Isn't that a place, Dolgopity? Unless I'm thinking of a region somewhere. I don't know about Dolgopity stores. Plain and simple. Thank you. Shabon, hello. Hello from London. Oh, hi from London. Moscow region. Dolgopity, right. My computer's going to run really slow now because I've decided to pull up maps to figure out where Dolgopity is. Oh, it's in the north of Moscow. Oh, past Khimki. That's a long way away from where I am. D1 line. Dolgopredia. D1. Oh, it's Cytec. Oh, I always want to say Cytec. Fishtech. Metro station, Fishtech. I was up there for something. What did I go and film up there? I went up there for something. Because I got the metro from Liazano metro station. I don't remember what I went up there for now, but I did. Jimmy, thank you. Now, that's probably why someone asked about St. Patrick's Day. Because today's St. Patrick's Day, and I didn't even... I think last week or the week before, when we went to watch the football it was called Paddy's Irish Bar, there was a sign up there saying about St. Patrick's Day events. And I didn't even think about when it was or what the date was. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Number one. Oh, your first super chat on a live stream, it says there. Wow, thank you. I say a lot of thank yous, don't I? My wife's agreeing. Look for your videos daily. Yeah, I'm normally every few days I'm posting, Wendy. So will I get to 1 million? I don't know. I'd hope. Well, 100,000 is the plaque, which I still have here. It will eventually happen. Even if I was to stop posting, the channel would gain subscribers organically. I mean, obviously, when you've got some breakout videos with a lot of views, there's a chance that you could get to that far. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, Monday. Okay. Oh, it depends on where you are, right? In case it's not Sunday already. Particularly the metro markets, metro videos and the markets. Siobhan. Thanks for your live stream. Thank you. Oh, 2 a.m. here in Albury. Because in Perth, in WA, I'm sure you're aware, we've got Albany. And then you've got Albury. There's Albany in WA. Actually, the Australian family that live over in Siberia are from Albany originally, which is in the southwest of WA. Moscow does have a zoo. I've never been there, Wendy. I should go there. I should go make a video there. There is a zoo in Moscow center. Actually, a very interesting place because it's over 2 areas in an older part of Moscow. We don't have any pets. We would love a cat, though. My wife wants a cat, a dog, and everything, but a cat. I've never met the Seacosses. Plans for summer. Nothing, Joey, just yet. It's too far ahead to plan summer. A few critical things coming up for me in the next couple of weeks that I need to work out and make sure everything goes smoothly before I make any summer predictions. So, yeah. Thanks, everybody. We're going to end under 2 hours. Normally, my live streams are 2 hours, by the way. I should probably tell people that at the beginning. I think most people know that. When we hit 250 likes. Oh, that's 2 people voting for the zoo, Wendy and Nova. I'll have to look up the tickets. I wonder if they've got press tickets. I always try to get press tickets to events. Yeah, thanks. I'm not sure what's for dinner yet. I'll have to go and have a look. It's just on 6 p.m. So it's almost dinner time. So yeah, thank you, everybody. Can you go to Toy and Joy in Adinsova Mall? Is that Odie Mall? Is that the new one, Odie Mall? I made the video there when it first opened, Odie Mall. Actually, I've got an Australian friend who lives not too far from there as well. Toy and Joy. Oh, somebody else wants to see the zoo. Wow, that's 4 zoos. Wow. I'm going to do a poll before I leave. Let's see how many people say the zoo. A zoo video. It's going to have to be the Moscow Zoo, right? MOS video. I'm sure I'm going to get 99% now. I'll have to do the traditional way that I do my poll questions. I'm spelling Moscow wrong because it autocorrects. Start a poll. Let's see how many people accidentally press the wrong answer. Oh, there's pandas there. Brian. Wow. Brian AK. Thank you. And you're a channel subscriber as well. Or a channel member. Sorry. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Everybody give a thumbs up on Brian's super chat. He has 4 thumbs up on his super chat. Wombat stew. There was a lady in Australia recently. I think she was American. I'm sorry, but she went and filmed herself picking up a wombat, and I think she's now left Australia in a real hurry. So, wow. One for Toy and Joy. I don't know Toy and Joy. Like to see a live stream. Yeah, Blim Jim, it's the quality of live streams are not as good on YouTube now because of having to use third-party software for them to work. Or to make them as good a quality. I know other people are doing it, but I don't know what they're doing to do it. So, yeah, that's a lot of people for zoos, and 5%. So someone would have clicked the wrong thing, I think. 41 votes for the zoo. Wow. And railway stations. Boulevardiering walk video or a stream. The boulevardiering, yes. That's, I don't know if I could do a stream walking it. My battery wouldn't hold out that long. I don't film on my phone, by the way, anymore. I now use the Pocket 3, which is, this is the carry case that it comes in. And then this is the camera if you've not seen it before. You just do that and it spins around. This is what I film. This is the microphone that I take off the little carry case. Oops. You can switch it off and it just goes back to sleep. So yeah, doing the live stream of it would be a little challenging. Botanical gardens I've been to before, and did I put it on this channel about the botanical gardens? I made a video there, Wendy, before. Electric guitars in Moscow. I need to go and look up some musical instrument shops. Wow, there's a lot of different ideas for videos. I think the poll for the zoo wins out a lot. I'll have to look up the price of tickets, or at least see if I can get a press ticket. A lot of places I can apply for press tickets, and they're happy in exchange for videos, right? So, hello from St. Petersburg. All right, we've gone past 2 hours. And I want to just thank end the poll. We've got 52 votes. I think we're pretty fixed on that. 54 votes. Only 7% said no. I think I always put no before yes on the poll questions. So it makes you think of what you're going to click. And if I put yes at the top, everyone would press yes. So I put no, it makes you think which one you're clicking. By the way. So yeah. All right. Martin for being who did a super chat. Jimmy, thank you. Brian, big thank you. And then Mr. Ronnie and Men at Work for donation alerts. Thank you so much. That's really way beyond. Sarah in Australia, hello. I see you're mentioning just there. Alien from Mars, thank you. I'm never going to end the chat if I don't say thank you 100 more times. All right. Countryside Gal with your green highlighted there. And then I don't think even, Brian, you commented until you did the super chat. So, and then also a new member here, but I can't, of course, read your name. Becoming a channel member. From London, I found your channel last year and absolutely loving it. Stephen, thank you. Final wave from your wife. Are you going to come and wave goodbye, Jen? No, she says no. Sorry, Paul. I tried. She said no. Okay, she's relaxing. So, yes. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to end the live stream. So I'm going to do end live stream in just a second. And then I'm going to go over and publish the new video of Globus Hypermarket, a walking tour around Globus. So if you're up for a little bit of watching of another video, you're more than welcome to watch that now in about 3 or 4 minutes. If you don't watch it immediately, you can watch it later or tomorrow. And I will be answering the comments below the video here. So if you want to post a physical comment below the video after it's ended, you can. And then I will always be generally the first hour of a new video when I upload it. I'm in the chat. Sorry. I'm answering comments for about the first hour of new videos when they go on the channel. Hope that makes sense. The zoo video must be done. Yes, imagine it's places that I should easily have gone to. Siobhan, thank you so much. See you next time. Yes, next weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I do post in the Telegram a heck of a lot. So if you're wanting to join over there, it's just a chat group. You watch a homeless guy in Japan. Wow. All right. So I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to publish the Globus video, and you can watch that right after this. Okay, everybody. Thank you again. Thanks for watching Traveling with Russell's weekend live stream. I hope you've had a nice, fun, enlightening time. Can you say Lisa from New York City? She loves watching. Dante, thank you, Lisa. In NYC from MOSCOW. So thank you, Stephen. Thank you, everybody. And have a nice day. And I'm going to click end stream somehow right now. Bye, everybody.